are y'all doing out there? Thank you so much for hanging out today. We're going to be streaming Battlegrounds. We'll do that for about 35, 45 minutes to an hour, somewhere in there. I will come back and leave timestamps in the description, so don't worry about that at all. If you have a question and you're like, hey, dude, you didn't get to it, good chance we're going to answer it in the dedicated question and answer time. I will leave a timestamp to that. And as you can see by the pinned comment there, you can just go to my Discord and leave it in the trending questions section in the channel. We got a whole channel there for this sort of thing. Or you can ask it here. I'll do my best to acknowledge and let you know that I have copied and pasted into my trending questions area. And of course, I like interacting with you. That's one of the main reasons why I stream. So I'm not going to stop doing that. This is just a way to kind of organize things a little bit, and then also give me a few minutes in between to dedicated answer some questions. Maybe have a small bite to eat. Don't worry, I will not be chewing in your ear. And have some fun. Have some fun. Thank you so much for being here already. We got Truth Comic. Yeah, dude, go ahead. I think this format's gonna. It might take people a little while to get used to it, but I think this format's going to be significantly better, at least for my streams. And it would be great to see if it catches on with the community. What's up, OYC? How you doing, buddy? Nate, what's up, dude? Aiden, how you doing, man? Bean, can't stick around. I know you're a busy man, dude. Appreciate you stopping by and doing the drive-by like. I love that, man. OYC Messiah. Dean, what's up, bud? Thanks for that membership. And Eric, Sai, how you doing, dude? Dread, what's going on, man? Oh, yeah. Dread, what's up, buddy? I am in the Bay Area now. I'm not originally from this area, but I am in the Bay Area now. I'm actually directly in the city of San Francisco. And yes, I do love it. I know a lot of you are like, what? But I do. It's really cool. I like it. Oh, no. Messiah coming in strong. It's someone named Dead Smooches. Uh-oh. Messiah, no beef. No beef here, man. What's the term for that? This is like an armistice? I'm not sure. This is we all drop our beefs when we enter a Vega stream, my friend. I think Messiah's just messing around. What's up, Jason? You grew up in Berkeley. Oh, right on. And you're in Antioch now. Beautiful. All right, so you know these areas, dude. Yeah, I actually love Berkeley. My family and I spend a decent amount of time there. At least we have, considering all things considered. I really love Berkeley. In fact, I kind of wanted to move there, but we ended up in San Francisco. It's a lot closer to my wife's work. What is that correction from? I don't know. What's up, Sisek? So does anyone have any idea what this is from? I mean, don't get me wrong. I will gladly take 720 units for something I didn't know I was supposed to get. It says a recent event in game did not grant proper rewards. We apologize for this error and have attached the corrected. I have no clue what this is from. Like, I mean, I'll take it. And then very, very quickly, and then we will get into the BGs. I want to say something. First of all, I want to set the table for this. In fact, as I say, I'm going to do all these timestamps. You know how hard it is to write down timestamps while also trying to be semi-entertaining here on the internet. It's not easy. All right. We're going to be serious about this. I'm going to avoid all jokes and the fact that I'm going to avoid all jokes. I'm going to avoid all jokes, and I'm not going to do any negative campaigning here. Okay, I will admit. And I did. I watched videos. I actually did some research on this because I thought about making a video on it to be fully forthright. And then I was just like, no, I got my daily schedule going. We're doing well. I'm not going to interrupt it with a video on this. Is Shroud actually looks pretty cool. Like, all jokes aside and all Batman similarities, Shroud does look very cool. And I do hope they'll eventually come to the game. And I think Kabam has shown that they will do that, like the runner-up or even just other champions, right? Like, again, all jokes aside, I got to be part of the design process for Kushala. Now, fortunately, I'm great friends with DLL, who designed the champion, right? And is a phenomenal champion designer for the game we love. And he was like, hey, listen, they're actually bringing Kushala, who lost in a vote a year or two before. And he knew and knows that I'm a massive fan. I have their early comics of hers. They're not that old, but what have you. And I love her. I really think she's an awesome champion. I'm glad they came to the game. He's like, it's been cleared with the team. They know that you're going to stay out of the way. They know that you're not going to try to take over the process. They know that you're not going to try to take credit for designing the champion and all those things. would you like to be a part of this and be along? I was like, dude, I would love to do that. So I got to see all that. And so what I'm saying is like, we've seen not only the runner up come into game and be awesome, we've seen champions that lost earlier along the way come into the game. I think Kabam in some ways kind of uses like testing the waters a little bit to see if champions have a following. And so I'm excited about Shroud, and I'm not going to campaign negatively against Shroud. What I am going to say is this. Mr. Knight looks freaking awesome. I don't care if you didn't like the Moon Knight TV show. That's okay. You don't have to have liked the Moon Knight TV show. There is a whole amazing history of Moon Knight comic books and graphic novels. Mr. Knight is awesome in them as well. Plus, and if you want to just look at this from a purely, it would be funny if I accidentally clicked the wrong button in doing that. I would have laughed my ass off. If you want to look at this purely from, if you're like, dude, I'm agnostic on this, I couldn't care less. I want to show you something. Now, Kabam did put out the classes on this, and I think this is really influential stuff. As we, I think, all agree, the game continues to have awesome design. The champions are very strong. There is power creep in a game like this, right? In 2024, the champions were awesome. In the year 2024, just last year, not that long ago, let's go to 7 stars to make my point a little more dramatic. There were 3 skill champions. 3. I will repeat this. In a game where they put out 2 champions every month, 3 of them were in skill. I know not everyone loves Patriot. I actually happen to think Patriot's pretty good, and he's getting a buff. So I'm excited about that. Silver Sable's buff was very good. Bullseye, obviously a great defender, can be good on offense. But again, I hit you with 3 skill champions. Mr. Knight is going to be a skill champion who comes out in 2025. The best skill champions in the game are still locked as 6 stars. Right? Nick Fury, Kingpin, Kate Bishop. I know some of you are like, dude, I'm not playing 7 stars. You're eventually going to if you stick with the game. Now, Shroud is going to be Mystic. Mystic is already hard enough to decide who you're going to rank up. They are so good. They were so good before the second half of 2024. And yet, we got Shathra, White Tiger, Isopine, who actually is good, Spiral, and then, of course, Destroyer, who I don't think is the best champion in the world, but they're good. They're good. They serve their role. And then Enchantress, one of the best defenders in the game. Mystic does not need more. In fact, skill is falling behind as a general class in this game. Mutant got a lot of love last year. They evolved that relationship. We got Negasonic Teenage Warrior, or Warhead, whatever, who cares? You know what I'm talking about? And Dust, who, like, when I remember when the host talked about Negasonic Teenage Warhead coming to the game, he was like, she obliterates any and all threats the skill champions have ever had in the game. And you're like, well, why would you do that? Why would you make that champion? Like, why would you just like remove? Now, of course, they were hyping things up way too far. It was way overdone, but there was a nugget of truth in that there were a lot of skill threats. And then Dazzler, who I've shown you, is going to handle those damage back mechanics. She's a phenomenal champion. I'll be looking to take her to SIG 200. And so Mutant got stronger and evolved that relationship. Science is amazing and evolved that relationship. Mystic is amazing, evolved that relationship. We've gotten all these great cosmics, right? Medusa's amazing, Scream is amazing, Vox is amazing, evolving those relationships. The one class that desperately needs love and updating and many champions to come out now when the design team is so good and the power creep is where it's at, is skill. So if you are ambivalent in who wins between Shroud and Mr. Knight, because I respect some people are like, look, dude, I love Shroud. Fine, I'm not trying to tell you not to. What I'm saying is, if you are not already sold on one of those 2 characters, but you enjoy this game, please help the game to get better by going for the skill champion. That's it. That's it. That's it. All right. I will quickly look at the questions, see if we have anything to copy and paste into the trending section, and then we will start playing some Battlegrounds. In fact, I might clip that and make that into a video because I really think people need to see that. I'm going to run through the chat here for just a minute. What's up? So many of you, dude.
Huge thanks, dude. Vegas too busy yapping as usual. So bro here saying, muchas gracias.
That actually worked. I tried to get that to work so long ago. I hope you guys heard it. Let me know if it came in way too loud or anything like that. I spent way too much time on that. That was from Heinz. It doesn't tell me how much. And is there any question, Heinz, dude? Thank you for the membership. Thank you for the donation. If you got a question, dude, it wasn't too loud and you did hear it. That's great. I love doing dumb voices, guys. I love. My kids are always like, will you just talk in your normal voice? Please, for God's sakes. Man, you're embarrassing yourself. Could be a little bit louder, actually. All right. Oh, Heinz with the 1111. Dude, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. Let me know if you had a question, dude. So you guys have no idea how happy I am right now. Because it worked. I spent so much time. For a guy who has my tech skills, imagine how hard that was to put together and then get it uploaded. Could be a bit louder. Okay, it was kind of quiet, but we heard it. All right. Who's the next champ you want to master? So you're actually saying master, and like I actually want to go back and play Kushala more. Like I actually have a list. Like I have a whole list of champions to make videos on, and part of that is one, I think you all will like them, and so that's a big part of it. But also I want to force myself to really dive into their nitty gritty, and like the list is so long, it started going on to a second page. But for me right now, just like immediately off the top of my head, master is Kushala and Shothra. All the stuff I just said about Mystics and how great they are, like, it's not a coincidence that Shothra and Kushala are on there. I got really good with Kushala. You know, she first came out, and like, I honestly was part of that process. And so like, I wanted to play her, but like, I just stopped for some reason. I'm not even sure really why, to the point where like Campo was going through the current Necropolis challenges and doing the Dimensional Beans run, and he's like, hey, does anyone have a video or tips on how to do Kushala versus Odin? And I was like, dude, I think that solo's possible. I don't remember. It was like a private chat, and like 10 minutes later he's like, dude, you did a video on how to solo Odin with Kushala. He's like, it's really good. And so like, you just forget stuff, and so I want to go back because she is so good. She's so good. And then the other one, Shothra. And Campo did a great video on this too, on Shothra herself, on how many like wasps do you really need? Like there's fights where you want to throw 2 SB1s and get up to 500, but you don't always need that. Like she's always doing the damage. They are putting on vulnerabilities, which is actually helping you hit harder too. And they're, best on what I can tell right now, there's no like specific number on, hey, if you get to this number, it's best. And so I really want to work on like the spacing with her, working in those heavies more and more, and getting better with that. And then as far as like just getting better with, I know it wasn't your question, but as far as getting better, because this champion came to mind immediately, is actually Chill. I just took her to rank 3. I kind of forced it a little bit because I probably should have done Deathless Thanos so I can get that run done ASAP. But I want to take Chie'lt up. I really enjoy Chie'lt. And yeah, so that was that. Heinz, Serpent, solo to Serpent Boss in AW with Shothra today. Dude, that's awesome. Was the Atrophy, I think is what it's called. Did that come in big for you? You don't happen to have video of that, do you? I'd love to see that. Well done by you too. Great player, so that's not really a surprise. All right, guys, I have fallen back way behind on questions. If you've had a question and I haven't acknowledged it, honestly, throw it into my Discord. I realize not everyone's on Discord. but I will do my best to copy and paste it and then get it in there so then we can move on. Okay, so like I'm gonna try to Zelnio, I'm gonna get to that in the Q&A, buddy, and it's been copy and pasted into my Discord. I understand you might not be able to hang out. You might have even had to already go. I will timestamp this in the video so that when this goes on, I can't think of what the term they call the stream. You can just go straight to the timestamp, dude, and I will answer it, and I'll make sure I say your name out loud so you can hear it. Yeah, also learning to use the heavy charge and being okay with throwing Shothar specials into block. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, using, exactly, like Heinz is really pointing out this, I think there's stuff there with Shothra. Like I soloed the Tigra AOA fight, which was really hard in my opinion, the fight in general. And she made it easy. Now it took me quite a few tries to get it down, but she being Shothra made it as easy as an AOA fight can become. I don't usually use the term easy. And that's the sort of nuance and like little things that can help you take a champion from like an A- to like an A++. Oh, thank you, Aiden. That's really good. The Discord should also be linked in the description. But dude, me and technology, I just don't trust it, man. What's up, Trevor? Thanks for being here. And then Messiah, read 2 back. Can I get a pull arcade or Sentinel to R3? Both. Yeah, we can do that real quick. And then we will be moving on, dude. All right, bud. Let's go ahead and jump in on this. Let's play some Battlegrounds. Let's get this stuff done. This is actually 11:18, which is not what the timestamp should be. The timestamp should be 18:09. All right, let's go. Let's play this game. I do have my deck kind of set up. I've only done, I think, like 3 matches this whole meta. And one of them was someone quitting out. I always feel badly on that stuff because, you know, the deck size, like not even close. Like BGs is one of those ones. It's one of the modes where like the bigger deck definitely doesn't always win. And if draft RNG goes a certain way, you can overcome it. But sometimes it's just not possible. Oh, Aiden, thank you, dude. Just let me struggle with the meta a little bit here. And I'll point out why I have difficulty with this stuff in a bit. So I will say I respect the heck out of Kalnayak here for sticking with this. I obviously have a massive deck advantage, but they could win this, dude. They could definitely win this. And oh, well, I should draft my champion. I thought it was their turn. But I respect the heck out of it, man. He's got that dog in him, man. And sometimes they beat me. It happens. It happens. Gotta play with my girl Chiel. And like, this is how I'm gonna make my way through the victory track. What's up, Abdo? I see Abdo in there. I think I saw Abdo. I still really love BGs. It is my favorite mode of the game. But I'm really having a lot of fun with the content creation, content being the YouTube side of things. And I just, because Abdo, it's not because Abdo's here, I'm just kind of explaining to you guys what I'm doing, what's going on. I need to pay attention to what I'm doing, actually. Hold on. You know, maybe I'll do that during the Q&A. Basically, why I'm in a different alliance now. Because 4BGs is a great place to be. 4BGs is Abdo's alliance. It's a great place to be. So you're here becoming a full-time... Oh, yeah. This is a Raid Shadow Legends stream. You didn't know that? What's up, Yusuf? Thanks for being here, dude. I have not paid attention. Yeah, I have not been paying attention. Good for Colniak, man. Adam, what's up, dude? Thank you so much for the donation, buddy. We will get you on the board literally right now. Let's do this. I'll pick a defender real quick. No reason to delay. Let me know if you got a question or anything, bud. This is what Jack was designed to do. You stop it. Oh, that's right. The war season started today. Yeah. If we don't have a ton of questions for the Q&A time, we'll be talking about that a little bit. All right, gotta remind myself of this. I think Jack's just gonna basically take care of it. He's incinerate immune. Ooh. Let's go, baby. First match of the day, not warm at all. I'm not gonna overcomplicate this for myself. Maybe I will. I don't recall thinking my opponent had a good matchup on the other side, so I'm not concerned too much about any loss of health. Faith. Faith is a member, so I know I set up a rule set, but Faith is a channel member. Torn between taking Rintra, Doggo, White Tiger, or the Hood to R3, all awakened. Faith, what's your priority in game, bud? Like, what mode are you enjoying the most? That sort of thing. Because, I mean, those are really great champions. I did put it in the trending topics thing, channel on Discord, so if we don't get that fully answered, dude, come back. I'll put a timestamp in the description so you can come in and check that out on your own leisure, your own time. Bishop. I'm trying to remember what Thanos' immunities are. I don't think Incinerate was one. This feels like a good time for Luke. Or Lukey. But, what does Bishop's SP3 do? Pretty funny considering I just demoted Bishop in the Battlegrounds tier list today. Literally came out this morning. I can't remember if this has a stun or if it even has any sort of debuff or passive on it, or if it just puts Bishop into that like aura. I have no recollection what it does. But as we said earlier, like I had a massive deck advantage. I think this was only a rank 1 Bishop. So yeah. But like I said, I really respect the heck out of my opponent here for sticking with this, giving a shot. You never know, dude. You never know. You never know what's going to happen on the other side. Faith. Battlegrounds war content. So if you don't know Trevor, first of all, a really cool channel. Trevor is actually a planner for Loki, so you get a kind of an idea on how much they know about not only the game in general but the mode of war in particular. They're suggesting Rintra and Werewolf by Night. I don't think you can go wrong with either of those champions. What Faith is saying, Battlegrounds War. Also, MCoC Encyclopedia, member of the Illuminati, a phenomenal channel and really smart player. Also in Salty, who just won War Season, just put out a video on Rintra at rank 3. There's a reason why I desperately want Rintra from the Titan Crystal. So there's that. And then I meant what I said as far as like the best champions to rank 4. It's like just default advice to people. Remember, rule number 1, who do you love? Go with them. But if that's not enough, if you're still uncertain, then going on to a couple other pieces of criteria, Werewolf by Night was up there for me because they just get around so much. So I do think what Trevor's saying makes a lot of sense. I love Hood though, and you know I love White Tiger. I do think White Tiger punches up really well though. In fact, that was kind of one of the things I did in the video. I think I highlighted her at rank 2 because she punches up so well. Meaning she at rank 2 seems to be able to tank rank 3 defenders pretty well. So I even though she's great, she's awesome. She in a like counterintuitive way, she's a champion you can almost wait on. It's really interesting. Oh my God, Laser, you just won the stream. That is hilarious. If people didn't see this, you got to go back to where I was talking about demoting Bishop and like, it's just like, not that he's aging necessarily poorly. It's just that Mutant has powered up a lot. And like we talked about with the whole Mr. Knight versus Shroud thing. And Laser wrote, would have expected Bishop to be future-proof. Oh man. I'm gonna like laugh at that tonight. And my kids and my wife are gonna look at me and be like, what the hell's wrong with you, man? We're at family dinner and you're laughing your ass off out of nowhere. And I'll be like, well, it's because Laser made this great joke about Bishop. See, Bishop can time travel. That's why it's funny. It's funny, right? And they're gonna be like, shut up. Just shut up. Go back to laughing like a freaking kook. Oh, that's awesome, man. That is awesome. Any moderators like Aiden, I know you have access to both Discord, and Aiden, dude, please feel zero responsibility to do this. But if you happen to be able to, if you see a question and I don't get to it, if you happen to be able to put it up in the trending topics, I'd appreciate it, buddy. If you can't, please don't feel any, like if you're studying or something, please don't feel any responsibility to do that. No, Laser, I'm not kidding, man. That cracked me up. Let's see, what are we doing here? I mean, you get a chance to draft Medusa. I think you got to go with it. Although she's really not good for anything I see on the screen right now. So, could be a bit of a problem. Could be a bit of an issue. Could be a bit of an issue. Nah, Aiden, it's just like any question I don't get to. I'm answering anyone here from a channel member that I see, obviously, or any donation. It's just to kind of help the stream go through a little more quickly. And of course, I'm never going to take away people being able to just ask questions and get them answered for free. That's not what this is about. I'm kind of trying to become a better YouTuber, if that makes any sense too, and give people, I think the idea is the return on their or value for their investment. Like that's kind of what the whole $1 membership was about. So yeah. Oscar, what's up, dude? And I assume it's Oscar, not Oscar. Let me know if I'm saying that wrong, buddy. But hey, thanks so much for being here, and I really appreciate that. I see that hat. I appreciate it. YouTubist. Yeah, I'm trying to be a better YouTubist. I still can't call myself a content creator. That just feels so snobby. That just feels so like, you ain't creating content, man. You made a video on a video game. That's really cool. And my whole tagline is like the art of taking fun seriously. So I think there's a lot of value in that. But I don't know about like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not paying attention. I got too busy. Creating content. You are correct? All right, cool. I'm good, just supporting the content. Thank you, Adam. I really appreciate it. What's up, JJ? JJ? That was pretty funny when you and JJ were like doing the Spider-Man meme to each other in the Discord server the other day. I'm just losing this matchup. I'm just not winning, I think is what happens. See, this is another reason. You see someone who you know streaming, they might be streaming big on talking and not paying any attention to what they're doing, which is literally what you see happening in front of you. We do have the full moon, so stupid ass serpent. Did he just dex out of a striker? I don't really know if Serpent needed new defensive abilities like dexing out of strikers. I may have been a hair late, but let's just complain anyway. But I think I was a hair late. That would terrorize. Even I would be upset on that one. Kaban was like, upon further data analysis, we have determined that. Let's see. What have I got here? I got myself a problem. Is what I got. You know what, Jack? We've determined that Serpent needs more defensive abilities. He now auto-dexes strikers. Oh, that's good. What's up, J-Will? Boris, I will put that in for the... that will be going into... I got to pay attention to what I'm doing, but I'll try to remember that, and we will do that during the Q&A, buddy. And if you need to get going, I fully respect that. I'll put a timestamp in the stream when it goes on playback, which should be just afterwards. And you can just jump straight to the timestamp, and I will do my best to call out your name so you know it's your question. So I gotta remember to not use the falter here. I've actually never done this matchup. Uh-oh. Let's see if this is enough. Nope. Huh. That definitely looks possible. There's got to be a way to do that matchup well. You don't want to put the falter up early, though, because when Weapon X misses, he's going to go unstoppable. Could create problems. But I'm sure that can get done. I'm curious on that one. I love Prowler. Prowler's amazing. Unkas, you just had my opponent there. Unkas just had that was another just example of a deck size just being, I think, almost insurmountable. Not much you can do about it. Huncho, I'll take that one now, bud. Or Huncho, family's doing great, buddy. I hope you and your loved ones are doing phenomenally too. J-Will, did you change your logo, dude? That concerned with all the stuff happening with lags. That really concerns me when I see something like that. Or are there two J-Wills? What's going on? Oh, and yes, I did see people ask earlier. Aiden, thank you. I was just copy and pasting Boris's question. Thank you, Aiden. I appreciate that. So Boris, your question has been added to the trending questions. Can I make a Jabari Panther video? Yeah, eventually. You got it. Odd Nano, thanks for being here, bud. Appreciate the compliment. Jabari is one of those champions. So I played with this incredibly smart player. They just did a YouTube video. I guess they're finishing up uni and they want to put in a lot more effort on their channel. They play in for Loki now, I believe. Their name is Outline. Always been incredibly smart and very willing to help. You know, those people like in your alliance chat or your Discord that just like seemingly enjoys helping, and they're very nice about it. They're not like arrogant about it. It's always been Outline, and the best of my recollection, he's a really big fan of Jabari Panther. But I could never get into her. I remember live testing her on stream years ago when she first came out. I was testing her with DLL. This is back when like DLL and I were on stream together all the time. And we had a good time with it. I thought she was good. I think maybe I just didn't know as much about the game at the time. I don't really want to fight Kindred in this meta. It just sounds nasty. Sounds nasty. What's up, what noodle? Oh, you know what, Jay? Well, I see there. It looks like there was just a weird YouTube error. The logo was like an all blue. I see what you're saying now. Your logo looks totally fine. Hopefully, I didn't like concern you at all and be like, "Wait, am I being hacked?" No, I think I'm here. If you ever see those emojis for me, know in your heart of hearts, they are not meant sarcastically. It really irritates. It actually doesn't irritate me. People can do what they want. But it is a shame to see people, to find out and hear that people are using those emojis toxically now. Because, little peek behind the curtain, a few months before they came out in CCP server, I was like, hey, it'd be really cool to have some more positive emojis. Like, I'm a player who likes to say, like, GGs to someone. And I have been informed, or I've been told, that, this don't look good. I have been informed and told that, the cap salute is being used toxically. So and they're like, well, what are you suggesting? Like, anyone could say like, hey, give us more positive stuff. And it's like, yeah, all right, I get you. And I was like, hey, I think like Green Goblin, like that'd be pretty fun. That's like my sense of humor too, right? Like GG's, Green Goblin. And they're like, well, how would that? And I was like, well, he could like with his hands. And people are like, how would you do it? I was like, I don't know. I'm not the artist. You figure it out. I'm the idea guy. And then a couple months later, there's a Green Goblin GG's emoji and a Carnage. Seems like I can't say for certain they took my idea, but it was a pretty big coincidence. If not, they took that idea and then made it into two really good emojis. So I think that's pretty cool, and I like using them. Paying no attention to what we are doing. Let's go with Jack. OG Highline, what's up, dude? Thanks for being here, man. I did not see that coming. I'm curious how that's going to turn out on the other side there. It's one of those ones where, like, I either expect my opponent to have 0 health at the end of the fight, or they're going to completely shock me and I'm going to learn something today. Emotes tilt you so hard. They do a lot of people. I actually think, no joke, I think that's the strategy for a lot of emote users, is that's why they hit you early and often. Is they're trying to, like, it's like they're trying to pre-psych you out, dude. Did Serpent's like AI get changed to like refuse to throw specials? Because he didn't really need that. And of course now he throws specials. I mean, of course, that's my fault. I didn't need to dive in. But that's 2 Serpents in a row that are just outrageously passive. Just like, hey, you enjoy watching me gain power? Watch, I'll do more. But like I said, I was pretty certain on the other side that was going to be the result. So I thought it'd be fun to take a chance. Do I know what happened to BG? No, I don't. I really like BG. Like, I've gotten to meet the man. He's really cool to hang out with. But no, I'm hopeful that he's just busy. That's what I'm hopeful of. Amongst a lot of people who I really enjoyed meeting at the Battlegrounds Brawl 2 years ago. At the absolute height for me was Brian Grant. It was really cool. He and I got to geek out together about some stuff that we had no idea we had in common. And I got to meet him and a good friend of his. Had honestly a great conversation. Just really fun. Just geeking out together. What am I doing here? Oh yeah. Did not do that well. I think we'll be alright though. Titania works. Let's go with what? 80% of the time? Let's do it. 80%. Don't make me look bad here, Titania. Oh no, you did it! I blame Dr. Doom. That wasn't Titania making me look bad. That was Doom making me look bad. Well played to Zamarian. Yeah, dude, good job, man. I had a massive deck advantage. Respect you sticking in there, dude. Nano, I read your comment quite incorrectly the first time. For those who are wondering, it's like, it's the Mike Tyson strategy getting in your head pre-fight. That's exactly what it is. The most common one is for that I face from someone who's clearly just trying to like get in your head is the sad sleeping Sasquatch. And I get it like a lot. And I'm always like, I don't understand what you're trying to tell me here. Like, are you laying down? Are you crying? Like, are you a dog? I don't like, it's the weirdest strategy to try to get in someone's head. I guess if anything, they do a nice job of confusing me. I think maybe that's it. It's not so much like I'm concerned or scared or upset. It's more like I'm like, I feel badly for you. I don't know what you're saying, but it's not coming through properly. Oh no, we're down. All right. I want to try to focus up because I'm probably going to face someone soon with a deck similar to mine, and I'm not going to be able to take chances and know that they're not going to have answers to fights. Laser, see, that's what you would think, but it's often from people who aren't, like, I get that in like Quantum and Mysterium. So yeah, I thought that. Nah, bring it on. Bring it on. I ain't scared of you, nah. I ain't scared at all. Faced Nah once and he cheated. That man, I had a chance to get the Kabam emote. I was up there pretty high. I rushed through quickly through the victory track. I was up in Celestial, up where I belong. Very few people got that joke. It wasn't even very good. And you had to be old and listen to some different kind of music. But anyways, I was up where I belong. And so I finally faced Nah. And he re-rolls on me. He re-rolled. And so now I call him re-roll. Nah, re-roll. Which I respect. I wouldn't have wanted the free gift. But it did hit me. It was a bit of a gut punch in the moment. But afterwards I was like, I wouldn't want a free win. And he then kicked my ass, by the way, too. That's the end of the story. I think that's pretty obvious, though, from how that story was going. Yeah, I got myself a similar sized deck here, I think, or like within the same realm. Time to focus up. I got a baby Thanos compared to Culasio. Culasio. I'm gonna say that with a bad Italian American accent. Got a baby Thanos compared to them. Well, I ain't re-rolling. Oh, that might have done it. No, actually. It's going to be a strategic piece. I don't know his... This is annoying. So I'll tell you, what I really actually want to test, like thoroughly, this goes back to way earlier in the stream when Heinz asked me about champions I want to master and learn better. I literally just yesterday took Shield up to rank 3. I've been wanting to for quite a while. I think she may be very good for Thanos. She's got a couple things going for her that really have me. He's not bleed immune, is he? All right. Damn it. Okay, so Kushala can obviously do that pretty well. How fast was that? Okay, that's actually still pretty slow. Better gameplay. I think that can go faster. I want to see how this can go. How would Sinister do this with the debuffs? Just transfer them over? Is that the whole idea there? But you'd still have to time that and play that really well. Tossing back, yeah. But what about how much health loss would happen? And you'd have to really be focused on getting above the SB1 quickly. Wow, that was close. And that's a 6-star. My Thanos is only a 7-star though, rank 2. So obviously no signature ability at all. Thanos has only lost 1 stream on D so far. Abdo, okay. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that to go well. Yeah, so I'm wondering if that's I can't see that matchup going well because you're eventually going to reduce. Oh man, I was really hoping to get the next round. See, I don't understand that. I assume they're saying they played like trash, but I don't know. Things happen. A Zode? Yeah, that felt like a Zode. I really wanted the next round there. I wanted to try my Chilith out and see how she would do. I was kind of even hoping they were going to place Nefaria because I don't know his moveset. Oh, yeah. No. Yeah. I don't think they were calling me trash. I mean, they could have been, but that wasn't my sense on that. And on we go. You think they wanted me to get in the bin? Get in the bin. If they spam, they're saying you're trash. Yeah, maybe. You know what they say about one man's trash, though? It's another man's treasure. And I am definitely a treasure, so we're fine either way. What's up, Nearwin? How you doing, bud? So many luminaries in this chat. You know it, baby. You know how we keep it. All right. That Sentinel's gotta go. Get out of here. Get out of here with that nonsense. Ooh, I love seeing that thing. That's cool. I respect it, so I kind of want to keep it there. And no, I feel badly taking their null away from them. But these are the things we do. These are the things we do in Battlegrounds. Let's keep going with Thanos. Let's press our luck with Thanos. I would like for Abdo to see a Thanos lose. And mine's only rank 2 and unawakened, so we might be able to do this for him. We will take an Overseer. And a onslaught because he's good. Anytime someone spams, I take it as scientist respect. Yeah, I know that's like, it feels that way, but like, I don't know. You know what it's like. It's streaming. Streaming adds a whole thing. I do my best to interpret emoji use positively, if I'm even going to give it the brain space to even consider it. I ain't got a lot of brain space to begin, you know what I mean? So I got to be pretty conscious of how I use it. Make myself laugh. Let's see. What are we doing here? We actually might see an offensive Thanos usage where I wish I had him awakened ring 3 and Sig 200. Like, I intend to get him like he deserves. Oh, I gotta place a defender though. Let's give him the Prowler. No. Let's give him the Red Skull. I want to see this person. I want to see Suwani. Yeah, Suwani. I want to see them kick my ass with Vision Arcus. I would love that. I would love nothing more than to be like, I got my ass kicked by Vision Arcus today. Because that's like a statement you never think you're ever going to say. Like, of all the things that could have happened to me today in Battlegrounds, saying I got my ass kicked by Vision Arcus, an attacking Vision Arcus, is not anywhere near the top of the list. All right, Enchantress, I see you. I see you. This is good. What? That was a load of nonsense. I think Red Skull may have done his job. Curd, what's up, dude? Thanks for being here, buddy. Love seeing that hat, man. I really appreciate the support. Null worth R2? Yeah. What's up, Brian? Thanks for being here. The irony on that is very early on in the season, like, you know, it was like off season, just trying to get like some stuff done to get the tokens and get the super daily event. I used my Overseer against a rank 3 Enchantress. Now in that fight, I don't think I missed twice and then had to against the wall punish a heavy. She didn't 5-hit combo into heavy, so there was a lot of AI stuff that we're used to there from our girl Enchantress that I didn't have to deal with. And Overseer crushed it. Crushed. Absolutely crushed it. Alright, let's do it. I'm begging you, please. Yes! There it is! Oh, I'm so pumped up to see this. I wish I could see their side of this. I genuinely hope I lose. I genuinely hope I lose. I'm cheering for them so hard right now. I know, Arcus, right? That's like so cool. This guy's got a rank 3 Arcus. It's like waiting for the chance to use him. Hold your block, dude. There you go. That's a good thing. Oh, and I forgot about rock stacks. I'm so excited about Arcus. I'm so excited about Arcus, I ruined my own fight. I ruined my own fight. Let's see if Arcus held up, though. All right. I mean, we weren't really expecting Arcus to destroy the fight, right? So that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad that happened. All right. Now it's time to try to win, though. Now it's time to try to win. And I think Mr. Onslaught gives us the best chance to do that. This is one of those times where you're like, you know, you put out a video, it was really good. You spent a ton of time testing the champion. You should remember how to fight with them. And the other voice in my head is like, I don't remember anything. I don't remember a goddamn thing. Yeah, this is going great. It definitely didn't mean to do that. It's going really well. Oh, jeez. This is good. This is good. I know some of you are probably like, why aren't you doing the heavy? And I probably should have. Well, we'll talk about it afterwards. I hate to lose on that because I played that so. All right. Well, yeah, that's what happens. Nice matchup, Suwini, if you're watching, buddy. All right, so we are going to move on to the Q&A portion. I want to talk about that fight really quick. Obviously, I haven't played Thanos very much since doing the new champion video on him. And so I want to take a look at that really quick because... Actually, I'll see in the chat if any of you guys have done that fight and you know how it should be done. No, okay. Here was my quote-unquote issue. Was Red Skull reduces the ability accuracy of stun for armor up, but should have used the where is it? See, this was my concern. Is I couldn't land the heavy earlier. I'm sure you saw that, and I got lucky, and then I got punished. Oh, it's only when Red Skull's duped that he gets the increased ability accuracy? Are you sure, Aiden? And that one was not duped? Oh, Thanos. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out how Thanos does that fight, because I feel confident there's a way. Okay, so you're saying that if Thanos is duped and at a high enough sig, the ability accuracy of the stun will be fine because that's a personal effect. And then you don't need to worry about it. You can do the passive stun into a special or just let the passive stun and you get the pulverize and also the armor shatter up and you're fine. Okay, Subian's saying the same thing. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that was like my full analysis on... I mean, I said in the video, I'm taking him to Sig 200. For sure. And this is like a great example of it. I had not pictured this specific example, though. I didn't really consider it against Red Skull. And it wasn't until I had to do this fight that I was like, I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. So that's good. All right. We're going to move to the Q&A portion, which gives me a little bit of like downtime, just in all honesty, and a chance to like actually answer the questions instead of like interrupting the gameplay and stuff like that, which I know is one of the few things. Almost no one ever complains about my streams. Everyone always just loves every single part, but every once in a while there is a small complaint about the amount of talking I do. And I do enjoy interacting with you all and actually answering these questions. So while we do this, I'm going to hit up the Apothecarium. I am running through potions like they're going out of style as I do try to get those AOA solos and do my Karina's challenges. They're a blasto. I want to be abundantly clear. That is not a negative commentary. When there's things I don't like, I say it. But I have thoroughly enjoyed AOA and these Karina's challenges. I haven't done dimensional beans yet, so I might change my tune a little bit when that happens. All right, let's go to the questions here. We got these in the trending. Hold on, let me have a little bite. It is my promise to you that I will not sit here and chew in your ear. All right, so let's get to the first question. This first question is from Zelneo. Vega, I have a Mystic Gem. Who should I use it on? Expect Kushala or Rintra. I would probably go Kushala. I know some incredibly smart players who actually don't even like the SIG on Rintra. I think a lot of that is Battleground usage though. And the SIG gets going and they use them offensively and all of a sudden they get pushed all the way to a special 3 and they really don't enjoy that. You can mitigate that quite a bit by throwing your special 1. In my opinion, I like the SIG on Rintra, but the SIG on Kushala gives her that pause, which is really, really helpful. Oh, I forgot to hit auto fight. And also, the getting the passives up, especially against those cosmics, is incredibly helpful. I think Kushala is a better all-around champion for questing and things like that. Our next question is from Faith Through Fire. Torn between Rintra, Doggo, White Tiger, or the Hood. We kind of talked about this earlier. Trevor gave a really great answer to it. Maybe some others did in the chat. I thought it made sense to go Rintra or Doggo. In my opinion, Hood in today's game is still incredibly powerful. I actually do want to pull Hood, Awaken Hood. I would consider Sigs in. I want to test Hood a bit more though. Hood's a bit of an acquired taste, I think, in today's game, but it's still incredibly powerful, especially with that special 2. I can't remember if he has the Fate Seal or whatever, but it's unique. He controls buffs incredibly well. As you get the SIG going, I think he becomes stun immune on his phase, or maybe he always is, but he gets that power steal and that helps him speed up significantly. I love Hood, so I would consider Hood if you like him. We went over White Tiger earlier. I think she's in that class with Rintra for me, with Werewolf by Night as far as like overall power level of a champion. I just think she punches up so well. She's an absolute blast to play. But I found that even my rank 2 was doing great against like rank 3 serpents. I still took mine to rank 3. And then I do think Rintra's, a defensive leaning dual threat in Battlegrounds, has that incredibly powerful neutralize against cosmic champions in particular, where you're often wanting the neutralize to be incredibly powerful, like upgraded percentile. But to me, I think Werewolf by Night is the one who just gets around stuff. They just get around things. And that is rare in today's game. And when you have a champion that can do it, I like it. I think he's great for questing. He's good for not like your massive health pools, but for your larger health pools, which we're seeing more in story content. So Faith, I would lean towards Werewolf by Night. They're all great options, though. All right, we'll get a quick question from the actual live chat right now. Kazuri, what's up, bud? I just finished the Deathless Necropolis Challenge and really enjoyed it. Only one more to go. Wong. Oh, hell yeah, dude. And yeah, Vega and chat. I hope you're doing well too, bud. Let's know if you have a question. I hope you enjoyed playing through Wong, man. I loved playing Wong in Necropolis. Like, it really just felt like where Wong was meant to be used. Like, I actually don't have a sports car anymore, but I had a sports car many years ago before we had kids. It was my wife's idea, actually. She was like, let's get the, I don't remember if it wasn't a coupe. I don't remember what it was, but it was like, yeah, it was a 2-door. It was a BMW. And we were looking at these cars and we were younger and we didn't have kids yet. And I was like, well, we should get the 4-door. We're going to have kids. And she was like, we don't have kids yet. And I was like, I knew I married you for a reason. That car got me pulled over a few times. I always obey the law, though. And anyways, the point of the story was there were times where I got to actually like open the car up a little bit on highways. And it just felt right. And that's what Wong felt like to me in Necropolis. Just so awesome. Another question from the chat, from Reroll, from Na. The important question: what needs to change if the Rams beat y'all? Okay, I get the question now. For those who don't know, I'm an Eagles fan. Grew up an Eagles fan and just stayed loyal. And I did not grow up in Philadelphia. The coach. Right? Like, I think that's the thing with all sports teams is even in today's age of like social media and all that stuff, like we still don't really know what's going on, right? Like we know kind of like what they want us to know. And that's fine. I think that's actually probably how it should be. Anyone who's been on any sort of team organization knows there's dynamics that happen that probably should be kept between the team and there. But that being said, body language and just stuff, it appears as though the team and the coach just aren't together on this. Now, why they kept him, though, this offseason, if that was why they just plummeted last year, the Eagles had a great start, for those who don't remember, and then just like, as someone who watched them play, I want to be clear. I'm not accusing the professional athletes of not trying. I think they were trying. But it felt like watching them play, the intensity that they had earlier in the season was no longer there, and they got embarrassed by the Bucks. But anyone who had watched them play at the end of the last season, regular season, felt confident that that was what was going to happen in the playoffs. And so I would think that's it. I mean, they've got a tremendous offensive line. They have the best running back in football. Yes, I said it. And I would have said that last year too when Christian McCaffrey, great player. I'm not saying he's not. And he's a phenomenal fantasy football player, maybe even a Hall of Famer. But anyone who watched Saquon Barkley knew that the man was on a craptastic team with a craptastic quarterback by NFL standards and a craptastic offensive line. So when everyone's like, oh, he tries to bounce everything outside, it's like because there's nowhere else to go. And he knows that if he doesn't run for 80 yards and a touchdown, his team ain't scoring because their quarterback can't complete passes in a row to get a first down. So he's doing everything he can, and it's a miracle that he does it sometimes. And now he's on an amazing team, and it's honestly, Nall probably knows. He probably saw me rant about this last year, that it's not a shock to me that Saquon rushed for 2,000 yards. So the coach. Aiden saying they're seeing Hood take Serpents decently well at higher sig. It's not a surprise to me, dude. I love Hood. I really do. We got a question of Kushala and Shathra. Oh, geez. I lean Kushala because she has more obvious, like, clear-cut use, right? Like, she's dual immune. She has, if you got her awakened, she gets the passes against, I think it's the Cosmics. She can block. No, it's probably Kushala, even without that. The thing with Shathra, and if you're watching my channel and you're paying enough attention to it, you can see she's like one of my current infatuations. And she's not the same as Werewolf by Night, okay? But there's a similarity there to me in that they are so powerful that I feel like played well, they're going to take things that don't feel obvious in their kit. In fact, they almost feel like they're not hidden because I don't think the designer tried to hide them. I think it's just like, oh shit, they can also do this. Wow. Like, it just keeps happening to me in Battlegrounds and stuff where I'm like, I'll try Shathra. And like, oh my God, it works. Very much like the AOA solo of Tigra. I badly wanted to use Vox on that left side, but I couldn't figure out a good team with Void to get objectives done. Although now I'm thinking maybe I could have done villains, but whatever, that doesn't matter. And it's like, I'm just gonna try Shathra. And sure enough, she like, once I got the fight down, she was amazing for it. Oh, Abdo, yeah, man. You got a Wong, you got to rank it up and play with him, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, I agree with the comment about Sirianni. Saquon is generational. I think he is. Like, and I always, when I was younger, I always hated, and I'm not that old yet, or I'm not that old. Yeah, I'm not that old yet. So people are like, well, you don't know anything. I'm not saying you don't know anything to the general you, not to Na. Na knows a lot. Na knows a lot about football, actually. I've enjoyed talking to Na about football. But I've seen LaDainian Tomlinson. I was actually a Chargers season ticket holder when he and the Chargers were so good. And LaDainian was amazing. And there are different kind of types of running back. But Saquon just pops off a screen. Like, and so did LaDainian. I almost feel badly I even brought that up now. Because LaDainian to me is a Hall of Famer. Definitely, like, I think deserves a generational, like, tag and idea. But, like, here's a good example. Todd Gurley was amazing. And the guy got hurt, so that's a tough one. but Saquon is still like visibly somehow even like another tier above. I don't know how else to put that. Matt Barkley better than Saquon? Matt Barkley, is that was the quarterback at USC in modern day, right? I haven't heard that name in forever. Joey's here. What's up, dude? All right, let's get back to the questions that were about the game. Boris in the chat. What's up, Vega? Mystical Cow or Cosmic Horse? For me, Cow all day. I know Nagase has been putting out some videos on Beta Ray Bill. I think Simula did a phenomenal video on Bill, I think in like longer form, and the amount of damage he was able to put out was bonkers. I'm currently not a fan. If I awaken my Bill, maybe it'll cause me to dive in and I'll learn he's better than I thought he was. But I'm currently not a fan. And I do like Rintra, so Mystical Cow. Question, who am I voting for in Summoner's Choice? Definitely Mr. Knight, not only because I actually liked the Moon Knight show. I don't think you have to like the Moon Knight show to like Mr. Knight. You could be a fan of the comics. Mr. Knight's amazing. But also, and I gave a much longer spiel on this, go to about 4:30 into the stream. In fact, it was good. I was on fire, guys. About 4:30 in the stream, I actually may clip it and make it into a separate video. I think there are very actual, purely game reasons that you would want to vote for the skill champion. Kabam put out that Mr. Knight will be skill and Shroud will be mystic. We're already struggling with like all the amazing mystics. Science continues to get better. Mystic is amazing. Tech is amazing. Cosmic's gotten a lot of help recently. And tech is so good. And then there's skill. So it'd be really good for game reasons, in my opinion, to get another skill champion. The designers are doing so amazing. Think about how amazing 2024 was. So getting a skill champion at 2025 power levels would be amazing. But I go into more depth at 4:30. There's a question from Brian Karnarja. What's up, buddy? Thanks for being here, dude. Do I think Kabam should pick a day and shut the game down for a big maintenance and then boot it back up like they used to? That's amazing. Brian's been playing for a long time. I think this is tough, guys, because like, think about it. I've been streaming for almost an hour and 30 minutes here. We played Battlegrounds, and I've had literally no issues. And that's not a like, well, I'm fine, so you guys must obviously be wrong. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not doing the like, oh, I don't care about people who can't play. And this phone's actually not the newest iPhone. What I'm saying is it's really tough for me to educatedly comment on that because I'm not experiencing a lot of the issues that others are. I know they're real. I'm not trying to take that away from you. What I'm saying is if those issues aren't something that could be fixed on a big take it down sort of day, then I prefer that they do it the way they do. Like I think I had to update this phone. This is my streaming phone. I had to update it before this stream. And I think like, I know the colors were off on some champions and things like that. So I can't really comment too intelligently, basically, because I don't have that experience, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it. I think I said hi to Joey, but I really don't think I said hi to Joey. It looks like Joey's been here for a while, and I really love Joey. Next question here. It looks like Abdo kind of provided some thoughts on that too. Answer, they said that they don't need to do that anymore because the game engine is different now than it used to be. Oh, all right. I didn't know that. So that would explain that too. There's a question from Matt Scott. Second to R2. Oh, so wow. Really early on in the 7 stars. These are always really cool. Just did the best 6 stars and 5-star champions to rank for literally this sort of scenario. Second to rank 2, resources expiring. Oh, okay. Photon, Pig, Medusa, Vox, or Chill. I have Silk at R2. So Matt, because if you're still in the chat, let me know. Chances are you had to head out. Because of where you are with the 7 stars, I'm going to assume you're working through app content. So I am going to answer your question directly, but I'm also going to throw you to a couple of great resources. You're probably already familiar with them, but if not, go check out MCoC Encyclopedia. He's in the Illuminati, does a phenomenal channel, has Act guides on Act 6 and Act 7. Additionally, we just did the full top 10s. I did mine in December, but also a lot of the Illuminati participated, did their own top 10s. And all of those were formatted based on like our priorities, like the way our channels are, like what we're doing. And so MCoC Encyclopedia and Campo actually too, both be great resources. For them, questing content is like one of their biggest priorities in how they rated the champions. Now, all the champions you said are phenomenal. It's hard for me to say. I think Photon, I would say Photon or Chill, because to me, they have also the most like utility, potentially even Vox. I've just done the video on Vox. I'm going to continue to get more out on Vox. Vox is so insanely unique. Here, I want to show it to you in case you're watching, not just listening. It's so incredibly unique in this class. And this class has had a glow up over just the last half of last year. But Vox has the Undermine buff, right? So this is the ability that's going to help you out with auto blocks when the defender like turns off auto block, or they don't like true accuracy, or they shut it down or whatever, which is something we're seeing more, right? Like I think when Kabam talks about design space, that's what they're talking about, is like we can make Vox more valuable. Not Vox, it's not like they're all in a meeting and be like, we really need to up Vox's value, guys. It's, No, it's more like, hey, we've created Vox who has some unique things that are different than true accuracy, or we're just going unblockable or whatever. That's now giving us space to create designers or to design champions that are asking for that. Well, we're seeing it. But here's the other thing about Vox. It's not like it's just like, oh, well, it's either Undermine or nothing with Vox. No. And this is being asked for, guys. Immunity to poison, cool, right? But power burn, power drain, power lock, and special lock. And if you're like, that's never asked for. Literally yesterday, I ran into a fight on one of the side quests where it asked for. And it is powerful enough that I tried to use Vox for this fight yesterday. And I didn't read the node so good. Because I was like, oh, Vox is amazing for Prowler, right? But literally the first node is when the attack is immune to power drain, power burn, or power steal, they lose 30% of max health, which turns out kills Vox very, very fast. So this is the sort of thing that's in the game. This sort of utility is asked for, not just by defenders, but also by nodes as well. So as much as I love Medusa and she's awesome, I would lean towards Photon because tremendous versatility. Like can block, can parry non-contact attacks. Like she just turns up, like her mediums can't miss, and then you get into her power mode, she also can't miss. And then Vox for all the utility and the damage that we just talked about. And then Chill's just a monster. Remember Chill, and this is why I just took her to rank 3. I literally just did, even though I probably should have done Thanos. I threw caution to the wind. But Chill not only does the bleed damage, right? So they do need to be able to be bleeding, because I have a feeling you don't like have a SIG 200 shield, right? I would think at that level. But remember, not only does Shield get the cleanses, and she gets more of them just by playing her, like her playstyle works into her kit really, really well. But also off of her SP1, she gets a grit. Now remember, grit's what handles unstoppable. Like it's just the defender gets the unstoppable, but it's as if they just don't have it, which is a little odd. As you're getting used to it, I can't hit the button, but just trust me, that's what grit does. And so that's all for SP1. It just really fits naturally into her playstyle as well. And then if you're like, but I really want to not miss. There's a miss thing for some reason. You go to your SP2 while this is up, Chill just can't miss. And both of these are not like ability accuracy things. It's not like, oh, it only works against the science class. It just works, which I love. So those are all the questions that we had in the trending channel here on the Discord server. We'll go back to the live chat, and then maybe we'll do another BG, or we'll just do some EQ and hang out. Hey, speaking of people I love, Matt Till, what's up, dude? Cosmic Class is way too stacked for Bill right now. Yeah, I'll also admit, you guys know me. I am not that familiar with Bill's game. So maybe Bill's doing stuff that I don't realize. In fairness, Vega, this is post hotfix from yesterday. Oh, this is going back to the bugs. That doesn't feel fair to me, Aiden. I'm only concerned about being fair to me. No, all jokes aside, totally true. I also just did 2 runs, though, of the Necropolis. I streamed one of them the other day and had literally no issues. None. So, I don't know. The point of what I was saying is it doesn't hit all of us fair. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, my game's fine, guys. I don't know what you're talking about, because that'd just be dumb. It'd just be dumb, and I ain't dumb. I'm a lot of things, but I ain't dumb. Joey loves me too. Oh, it feels good. Works on my machine. Yeah, because Zuri's basically saying, like, remember when you used to get a compensation after maintenance? What's up, Oracle? Thanks for being here, bud. Mr. B, what's up, dude? Vox or Scream? For me, Vox. I don't have Scream, though. So, and I see what Scream does. I think if you have Scream and you love her, might be Scream. Might be Scream time, especially if Scream's awakened. We actually had an interesting conversation about this, and I think it was on my Discord. Where Scream seemed like the highs are going to be higher, but you better be on your A game when playing her. Vox is going to be more consistent. Yeah, it looks like Aiden kind of answering that. Frank the Tank. Someone got the title of the stream. Thank you, Mr. Velding. What's up, Stink? Time to walk the dog. All right, have a great day. Abdo, you're probably already gone, but I hope you and Zoe have a phenomenal day, dude. And you have a great stream tonight. Boris. Oh, so Boris is still here. Cool. Hopefully you heard us go over your question there, bud. That's what we love about Beta Ray Bill. Really unique with his grit and pull rate. See, that's what I'm talking about. Is I'm just not as familiar with Bill's game. He is in the 2nd tier on our general tier list, which means they're an amazing champion. Boris, I did, buddy. Q&A started, I think, at 109 in the stream. 109. And we did. We went over it. Justin Gray with a question. Do you ever think about making a video showing... hey, bud, I'm not familiar with the abbreviation PG. Let me know what that means. Matt with a question. Vox, Pig, Medusa, or Nova, Sable, none duped. I would remove Nova with the lack of dupe. I think Sable's good, guys, but I don't... I'll talk about her more in the general tier list. We forgot to put her on the Battlegrounds tier list this month. I'm sorry. I'll get her updated to the tier list, so at least be on the spreadsheet. And then when we do the screenshot size that Misty K puts forth, it'll be on my Twitter and on my Blue Sky. Sable will be added. I think we're going to give her a 7, just so you know. That's purely for Battlegrounds. I'd probably go with the Pig in that scenario, because I think their dupe provides the least utility or something. I don't think Vox necessarily needs it, but it is important enough that I'm going to do a spicy bite-sized style video on Vox's signature ability in particular, because it does have a pause, which is really helpful. Would Werewolf by Night be a good R3 unduped? My knee-jerk reaction is yes, but we're doing Q&A. So, let me make sure. Yeah, he is. I actually did my first rank 3 showcase on him, and he wasn't awakened. Yeah, he is. Oh, BG deck. Thank you, Justin. I could do that. I will say, back to Justin's question about doing early analysis or early MVPs or something like that. I've done video like that, and I actually used Aiden's deck builder, which is an incredible tool, an amazing tool. And that video performed very poorly. I hate to make a decision on a whole video series sort of thing off of one video, but in a world where, we are incentivized to make videos people want to see, that sort of stuff does play into mine. Maybe in a couple months, or maybe I'll try it for next Battlegrounds meta. I'm also I'm very transparent with you all. I tend to not be very good at reading a node set and knowing what's going to work well. It just doesn't. I'm getting better at it, but it's not something that comes to me that well. And I try not to give out. I try not to give out bad advice. So, Mr. Belting parental guidance. Kazuri, I have both Beta Rebuilt and Gladiator Awaken. I just need to test them and see what for. But I think I'm going to Maestro. Yeah, Maestro Awakened. I like Maestro. I think Maestro's a good defender in Battlegrounds too. All right. The doggo keeps dodging you. Yeah, dude. And Matt's another insanely smart player. For those who don't know. So if you see Matt saying something, you can pretty go with it. All right, let's do it. We'll do it. I think we're done with the Q&A. We will move back to. We'll try a little Battlegrounds. If I find that I'm having trouble concentrating, we'll just go to EQ and hang out. And I was keeping an eye. I don't normally watch viewer levels on streams for a variety of reasons, but I was keeping my eye on it to see how this new format would work out, and it looked like people enjoyed it. If you all have ideas on how to make it better, let me know. I'm always interested in that. And the other thing what I'm already thinking is. I think I can't think what the term is for it, but something to make it obvious we're doing a Q&A. So that way when people show up, they're like, oh, this is a set time for Q&A, not like this is what he's going to do all stream. And they can get their questions in. So I think that'd be easier. Just make like the face cam a little larger, the game a little bit smaller, and then maybe add some wording. Let me know what y'all think of that if you have any other ideas. Did I grab the tier 6 Cascadas offer? I don't think I did. I feel badly taking their Black Panther away, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, you know? Tough times call for tough decision making. I know, Aiden, I felt bad. I saw that. I know. I feel like a bad person right now, but I'm okay with it. All right. Medusa. Although Werewolf by Night and Prowler feel like they've been more valuable so far in my very limited testing of this meta. You know what? I think Arians knows what they're doing, so I'm going to copy them. I'm going to copy them and pick the exact same champions. Oh, dude, Odd Nano. That's a great call. Yeah, so people, that would help. Yeah, thank you for that. Quick. What are we dealing with here? That's a great idea. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, overlay. That's the word I was looking for, Matt. Yeah, the Q&A overlay with the timer on it. Okay. Yeah. I think that's good. And I think that way, like, if people are like, hey, I don't like listening to that guy talk, they can come back and be like, hey, he says it'll be done around then. That's a really good idea. Thank you for it. Man, I really wanted to bring Chi in, but nothing really makes sense for her there. How do people find her as a defender in BGs? I find myself almost never with a good answer for her. It might partially be due to my my mutant rank ups, though, more than anything else. Oh, good call, Adana. And yeah, I appreciate it. Dude, Maddie, I love XBones. Now you're putting pressure on me, though, man. Now you're putting pressure. Now I'm scared. He's so much fun. I see why some people don't like him, though. I do. And in fact, there was a point in time where I wasn't really a big fan either. You know what though? I may have backed myself into a bit of a corner here. Actually, wait. Is his stuff passives? I can't remember. Let's find out. It's one of the best ways of learning, right? Is like making the mistake. I think his damage source is passives. So all that talk about game issues, I think I may have just had one. Maybe time to reset the game. Nope, they're not passives. Hey, Oscar, thanks for being here, bud. Hope you have a great day, great weekend, buddy. Been over an hour, so restore is warranted. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Aiden. If they were passes, it'd be a bit OP. Smart. They're smart. And that is how you crossbones. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Matt said he wanted to see me cook with crossbones. And I told you I love Matt. I could not let him down. Could not let him down. We gotta, that's a thing. That's gotta be a thing. We gotta do that. That's, I'm going to be sending that to my boy Campo. See if he still finds crossbones clunky to play. I'm always saying that guy's a genius and a really nice guy. And then he has the balls, the gall to go out and call crossbones clunky. For shame. That was fun. I think everyone probably saw it, and a lot of you know. I'm sure you all watch Trappy stream and stuff. If you're not, you should. The key there is you don't want Mystic Dispersion kicking in, right? And so take every opportunity you can to pause those things. Yeah. Anthony, what's up, bud? A bit of light work with the crossbones. You know that, buddy. Yeah. Let's go ahead and take a look at the masters real quick. And oh, that's the one thing I forgot to even address, like why I'm no longer in 4 BGs, and that was asked. So we'll talk about that maybe while we do a little EQ. I'll write that down in a minute. So this is my masteries. This is what I almost always run. I do run enough champions with that have bleeds or like they're on defense too or something like that. And so I do invest in deep wounds at 5 of 5. Yeah, you know, critting's good. Bigger crits is even better. I know diminishing return starts to work its way in. I almost never run recoil. And then this is what I run. This is a big deal when you hear us talk about inequity in Battlegrounds. Here it is, right? So passive reduce enemy attack for 6% for each debuff they are currently suffering from. This helps your attackers be more tanky should you make a mistake, but it also helps your defenders, right, that are putting debuffs on, like they become more tanky as well. So keep that in mind. Not everyone does 4 out of 5. A lot of people do 4 out of 5 stand your ground because they want that extra mastery point elsewhere. For me, 50% chance. I'm not the quickest player. You guys know that. I don't hide that from you. So having a 50% chance for my block, my base of my block not to get broken when I'm trying to bait out a heavy or something like that, that's a big deal. And then also makes your defenders that much more annoying. So I personally like that. Put your healing points into recovery. I know it's like it feels like this is later in the tree, so you feel like you should put them here. But having watched Campo and DLO's videos on masteries, it feels like you get so much more with them being here in recovery. So that's why they're there. And then you know I love my mystics. I love my mystics. I know that not everyone loves 5 out of 5. I'm okay with it. If every once in a while I get shot to an SB3 because of that, I'm okay with it. I've gotten used to it. It's really helpful to me. And then obviously having Stupefy is a big deal. I tend not to like, is it this mastery? Yeah. I don't rely on Petrify. I'm not used to it. So not having it doesn't bother me. And then it's this one, Pacify, that people run. I don't even like this. I understand why I think I understand why some people love it, but it's not for me. And then, of course, having my Limber maxed, not only for my defenders, but also because I make mistakes. And so I want to not get punished too much. No glass cannon? No, I don't even spec into that tree or anything like that. Thanks, Kazuri. I appreciate it. All right. So, like I said, just going to do EQ for a little bit as we kind of wind down the stream. That's like the one thing you're not supposed to say, because everyone's like, "Oh, go find a new stream." But again, I like telling y'all what's actually going on. Let's see what. What class is this? Skill. All right, let's have some fun. And Shuri. Okay. So I actually would I would love your opinions on this. I am actually going to ask a question, I promise. Not just being a numbnuts here. There was something about that Shuri. I just don't remember what it was. And so I left 4BGs for a couple of reasons, despite really enjoying Battlegrounds and it being a great alliance for Battlegrounds. I still like Battlegrounds, okay? I want to be abundantly clear. As you just saw, I enjoy Battlegrounds. But one of the things I was finding is that it was not unusual for me to get towards the end of the season and being like, shoot, I'm going to have to play a lot of Battlegrounds to make it up, to hit the minimum. And I always hit it. By the time the season was over, I was always like, what was I worried about to begin with? But it still was like a bit of a stressor. And there were times where honestly, I was playing and I didn't really want to do it. Like, I was like, my MCoC time, that's kind of how I bucket it. I felt like I would rather be doing this making a video, or I'd rather be testing this champion on the CCP map or in question or whatever, so that I could make a video. And I will fully say that content creation, this channel, has become a massive part of my enjoyment of playing this game. I still love the game, it's a lot of fun, but it is a big part of it. And so I was like, I want to have to play BGs less. Not that I'm necessarily going to play BGs less, but I would like to have to play it less. And also, simultaneously, I put out the top 10 videos, and those have somehow always been like really, really good learning opportunities for me. Not just in how well they do and the positive comments, but also like the negative comments. Like, what are people not understanding, like, that I'm putting out? And sometimes it's obvious, like they just didn't really watch the video. They just kind of like listened to it or like scrolled through it. But one of the things in also watching the other Luminati's videos is I was like, you know what? Like, a lot of people watching my stuff, I am really messing up this shock thing. You're supposed to knock her into those mines. This is actually one of the things I don't like about it, Silver Sable, because I felt like I did knock Guillotine into the mine. Okay, why didn't that time happen? Now I want to test this. What am I doing wrong? I feel like we fully knocked her into the mine. What was I doing wrong? Do you have to have... That was weird. Yeah, Oh, thank you, Cypher. Jeez, I was talking to you guys about it, and I forgot. Thank you. I was throwing the wrong special. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Is the other thing that happened is one of the biggest things that I saw people misunderstanding about my top 10 was that they were intended to be overweighted towards Battlegrounds. And, you know, on some level, that's their fault. Not their fart. Their fault. Maybe they farted too. I don't know. But that's their fault for not listening. But on another part is I was like, look, I have a general tier list. I love talking about the game. I love giving advice about the game. I have a whole tier list dedicated purely for Battlegrounds. maybe I should have a more well-rounded experience. Like, and that's kind of why you're seeing me stream a lot of the Necropolis challenges, when I usually didn't do that sort of thing. I've done videos on at least one AOA fight. Because it performed so poorly, I don't think I'm going to put out the full run, because it does take time to put that video together. And they are solos and everything. But again, it takes time to put that together. I'm putting out a video tomorrow on Masterful Mutants, which I know is going to perform poorly. I know it is. But I'm doing it because I know not everyone's done that quest yet. And I think on my run, I learned a lot of like how to just take the certain fights with Sinister and Onslaught that I think could be helpful to people. And it'll also be good practice for me on making those sorts of videos in the future. So obviously you can have channels that are very much BGs focused, and they can be great channels. Okay, some of my favorite channels are those sorts of channels. But I realized, or I guess I accepted, that that's not the channel that I have, and it's not necessarily the channel I want. I want to put out great BGs advice and content, but it's about a bunch of other stuff too. And a lot of my viewers clearly like my non-BGs content as well. So when I thought about my my MCoC time, it just made so much sense to leave 4 BGs, despite it being an amazing alliance. And I actually thought I was going to be alliance-less for a couple of months. I'm also leaving on a trip here. It'll be I think it's about 2.5 weeks. I'm going to be going to Japan here in a couple of months. And so my plan had just been to be alliance-less. Until then, apparently someone left MSD's alliance. And so anyways, so that's kind of what that's all about. There is a chance that I go back to Tier 1 War at some point. I do really enjoy War. I know for the most part, folks don't enjoy watching War videos. But I do enjoy War. I enjoy being around players who are taking War seriously. I like the camaraderie that comes with it. So there's a chance I go back to War. I may try to do War videos, or I may try to just use those fights for trying to think of. Might just try to use those fights for videos, champ reviews, and like kind of that sort of thing. So we'll see. If you have any like thoughts or ideas or suggestions, or like, hey, I enjoy seeing X, Y, or Z. I think I might be in a little bit of trouble here. Nope. I guess I was too far away. There was Stand Your Ground coming in clutch for me. Try to heal up a little bit. Alright. Fortunately, he has a small health pool. No points in Scatterlands? No points in Scatterlands. Yeah, Joey. So obviously I was throwing the wrong special. I appreciate you all reminding me of that. But I do still feel like there are times where the special two, like I feel like, I know I definitely pushed her over, but it just doesn't count. It's kind of interesting. Hey, Faust, what's up, dude? Meet and Run wasn't too bad. Second minute. So like, that's a great example is like, you know, a player like Faust already has it done, but I'm aware of a lot, like if you think about the player base as a whole, there's going to be way more players who haven't done it than have. And I saw a lot of Psycho Man in it looking horrible. I got it down in 1 revive. And that's not like me being some amazing player. It's I really took the time and like I made the mistakes and I went through it and I quit out a lot and I used a lot of potions and then I got it down really, really well. And I found a really good rhythm with Onslaught. And so I just want to get that advice out. So hopefully people who watch it will be like, oh, cool. Vega went through and made a bunch of mistakes and now he's telling us how to avoid those mistakes. Videos like the mutant one may age like fine wine because people, that's the other thing, Anthony, and that's a great point, is there are videos that they don't start out hot. Like I actually think quite a few of my Spicy Bite videos that I've put out recently are, you know, they don't start out good because, you know, the way YouTube looks at this stuff is they're like, how many of your typical viewers are watching this? Oh, she blocks unblockable. This isn't going to work out well at all. And then so they see that and then they start suggesting it out. Like they get a couple of okay, I'm just not, we're not going to sit here and go through this. So they stop suggesting it, but then once people get those champions and start searching it, then those videos will show up in search formats. So that's kind of my hope with those. And I know it's a different style too. Like I think YouTube has definitely learned that most of my viewers, or a lot of my viewers, tend to like videos where I'm like going over something, there's quite a bit more talking, they are a little bit longer. Okay, that's not gonna work out. Might need to focus up here. This isn't really how I want to spend items. What happened there? This Shuri's being not very nice at all. Might need to read the notes, huh? I am not going to use items on this as I'm working through other things. She's stun immune? Okay. Yeah, I'm not using items on this. I like refuse. I don't have oh yeah, the game just quit out on its own. That's fun. We were saying it should reset. Japan, that sounds amazing. Business or pleasure? Purely pleasure, family trip. Yeah, all four of us are going. I'm really looking forward to it. We're gonna head up a few different cities, a few different places. Actually used a travel agent for this one, which I don't always do. But some really cool experiences that like feel very once in a lifetime for me. Like I'm excited for all my vacations, but this one, there's a specific uniqueness to it that I'm particularly pumped up for. I don't have Scream, but I do have Vox and I guess we'll go Superior Iron Man, see what happens. Thanks, Nana. I appreciate it. Here, we'll just do the same way. My buddy who worked for Lockheed Martin's a GS program. Loved to stay in Japan. Said it was the best 18 months. Wow, that's a long time. Hope you have a great time. Yeah, I'm yeah, just exactly the same thing. I don't know. I'm extremely pumped up. I don't think I've ever been to Asia. I'm saying that out loud, and I'm like, is that accurate? I'm the only person in my family who's not fluent in Spanish. And so a lot of our travel has been to like Central and South America. You know, we went to Europe not long ago. I don't know if I had a channel when I did that. Thanks for being here, Aiden. Really appreciate it, buddy. It's interesting for me to tell you guys all that about potential going back to Tier 1 War and all that, because you're literally doing exactly what I thought, which was I don't think anyone cares if you're playing Tier 1 War. And not that I would go back to Tier 1 War because I think people would care. I think Tier 1 War is something you need to do because you enjoy it. Like, it's that intense of a time commitment. But y'all are kind of reminding me that, like, no one really cares. I guess Fauci said he likes war videos. My family is doing our first international trip together to May in Croatia. I've heard great things about Croatia as well. We have to go to the Travel Institute because it was too daunting trying to figure out all the details. That's exactly what happened, right? Like, you know, I'm relatively current. I have a YouTube channel, for God's sake. And so there have been channels, or there have been times where I've used like TripAdvisor or Lonely Planet or just whatever. I think because this was the relevance of the not speaking the language is, I think because none of us speak the native language, there was also a little bit of extra of like, we don't even always know how to read everything when we're used to typically being able to do that. Like even when I was in France, between my English and my bad Spanish, I was able to communicate with like pretty much everyone. I don't recall ever having any difficulty with it. And so with it being Japan, and then also like, how often I've never been to Japan before. So it felt like I really want to take advantage of this trip and get in everything I possibly can. So we did actually go with the travel agent on this one. How much vacation time do you get? I get a good amount. The weird thing is I'm almost never fully on vacation. It's not weird. I think there's a lot of people like that. Like even on this last trip where I was gone for a couple weeks here we were actually to El Salvador, which was absolutely gorgeous. I was still obviously doing this, but as far as like actual my job, I was still answering emails and actually had a couple phone calls that I needed to take and do a couple of things. So, you know, I brought the laptop and the phone and everything. What's up, Gransky? Thanks for being here, bud. And are y'all hiring? Where will Japan revisit? Definitely Tokyo. And then I think Osaka was on the docket. A couple other places. One thing that I am so pumped up on is we're gonna spend the night in a shrine, and I will be honest that I was actually a little uncomfortable with that concept when it was brought up to me, because I was like, is that respectful? Like I take religion and religions and personal beliefs very seriously. And so I wanted to make sure that this wasn't like, I don't know, just probably being like oversensitive to it. But we were assured that like, yeah, as long as we ourselves are respectful while we're there, it's going to be a little quiet. Like, don't expect like Wi-Fi internet, that sort of thing. That we were very welcomed, and this was actually a way to raise some money. So, yeah. I'm extremely excited about that. Japan sounds like a whole adventure. Yeah, that's my feeling too. I'm actually going to be in Tokyo for like the beginning and the end of the trip, which I'm also really excited about because my understanding is Tokyo is huge, and obviously there's going to be a big time change. So I feel like the beginning portion of the trip, we're going to be a little out of it. And we'll probably like as we're leaving Tokyo feel as though, oh wow, I'd like to go see that, or I'd like to go do this. And so I like the idea of like we're gonna actually be on time zone hopefully and all that when we come back. And I just can't remember the names of the other cities, but they sounded incredible, and just so different than anything I've ever experienced, which is one of the many reasons I travel. But the idea to show our kids something. Oh shoot, why did I do this? And you can see I'm talking too much. Show them something a little bit different. Hey, what's up, Aaron? Thanks for being here, bud. That was a nice match. Yeah, it was. Just that with her. Yeah, dude. I mean, things go wrong all the time in BGs. It's just how it is, bud. But yeah, every match I had today, I obviously had a huge deck advantage, and yeah. Come on, man. That was dumb. I don't know why I did that. That was the thing. Hey, congratulations, Corpse Fire. That's awesome, dude. Japan isn't a crazy long flight for you, right? Oh yeah. It's like no, it's like a hop, skip, and a jump, basically. We thought about actually just taking a boat, and just rowing it ourselves. Yeah, Japan's going to be a crazy long flight. I've been through the airports in Tokyo dozens of times. Only been able to get out into the city once. It is huge. All right. Anything that you're like, you gotta see this. That's what's so interesting for me is, I have kids, right? And so it's like, oh, we really want to go to like the Pokemon Cafe. Like, of course, we're gonna do a ton of other things too, okay? But it's like we have young kids. Like, I want to take them to the, they're not that young anymore, but take them to Pokemon Cafe, Kirby Cafe. Definitely see Studio Ghibli. Like, do this. And what we're finding out is like Studio Ghibli was like, you're gonna be able to, you should be fine. But the other two, they're like, no. The locals like go here all the time. It is incredibly difficult to get reservations. They like open them up like 3 months in advance, and they get taken like immediately. That's been pretty interesting to find out. Heinz lived in South Korea for 6 years. I love Asia. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Big deck energy. Yeah. I hate fighting. Yeah, especially like I think I was reminded that Silver Sable's got a guaranteed critical hit off the second hit of her heavy. So my first go with this lane, it happened. You guys seen up Super Nintendo World? No. Like, is that a must do? Bring some extra Kit Kat spending money. All right. I just want to go to 7-Eleven here. Yeah, dude, that's another thing I've heard. Okay, I'm reading the node this time. Probably should have read the node before I joined the quest. Okay. Yeah, Superior Iron Man's not going to help me with this at all. Good. I'm glad I did this. Okay. I guess it's Vox. It's the Vox show. That's fun. This is fun. I must have used Vox the first time I did this. Oh yeah, I did use Vox. Okay. I'm gonna get her untouchable down. Good. Come on, Sherry. This fight's no joke. You guys said Scream made this easy? This feels like a lot for EQ. Huh. That's interesting. I've never been, but man, it looks Inner Child's Dream. Got it. Okay. Looks amazing. I'd look into it if your family will have anything to do. Yeah. We've got a Switch and the whole thing. I saw that Switch 2 is coming out too. So, but yeah. All right, guys, it is time to end. I really appreciate you all hanging out. Oh, Heinz, thank you. I will read those. God, how much taller you are than the average person. All right. Oh, what's up, Gransky? Thanks for being here, buddy. Yeah, I'm just getting used to being in this alliance. So thank you. I appreciate you letting me know that. And thanks for showing up and hanging out today. Thank you to everyone for hanging out today. Thank you for everyone participating. It was a little bit different stream format. I think it worked out really, really well. And then thank you for all the members, everyone in the chat. Thank you to Heinz and Adam Sextons for the incredibly generous donations. Let's stream raid Enzo. Hopefully you are already subscribers to Enzo here. I will say, because I did see it, Barrowman is streaming, which means if you want to see incredibly high skill Battlegrounds, obviously that is the place to go. But if not, Enzo is a great time, incredibly nice guy. Shoot, how did I no one ever said I was good with technology. Go stream raid Enzo for me. Let him know I sent you. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it because I got to get back to work and eat some lunch. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. Well, I'll see you again. This is like, I think Fridays are working. I'm feeling pretty good about it. And make sure you check out the videos tomorrow. Thanks you so much for hanging out. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Friday and weekend. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.